Moving on to the next person, I'd like to call Mr. Abdul Jalil, Radio Advisor UAE, to kindly join us here on the stage. A very, very warm welcome, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Honorable Minister of State for External Affairs and the Culture of India, Sreemathi Meenakshi Lekhi ji, former Ambassador and Member of Human Rights Commission, Dr. Mulay sir, distinguished guests sitting in the dais, and the advisors of REDIO who works across the world. It is really a pleasure for being part of this auspicious occasion of the launch of REDIO, and I take this opportunity to congratulate Dr. Mulay sir for such a wonderful initiative and would like to thank him for the opportunity to work for REDIO as an advisor from UAE. I am Abdul Jalil Mangala, CEO of Seagull International, one of the biggest workforce recruitment company from Asian region, and I frequently interact with the Indian migrant workers. I have been asked to talk on the subject of the challenges and problems facing the migrant workers in GCC countries. Almost 8.5 million Indian citizens reside and do jobs in the Gulf nations like UAE, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Qatar, Oman, and Bahrain. If we see the patterns of migration, earlier majority of the migration was from Kerala, but now the migrations of skilled and semi-skilled workers are from Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Punjab, Orissa, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, and Telangana. The major challenges the immigrants are facing: unpaid or low wages, forced labors, and dangerous working conditions, improper or inadequate food, and unsanitary accommodation facilities are too often part and parcel of the immigration experience. Improper treatment towards the Indian workers by the employers are a major issue in GCC. Some companies lie and promise false wages to the illiterate and untrained laborers, also put them in overcrowded labor camps and forcing them to do 12 to 15 hours jobs without overtime. Other issue is norms are not being followed. The states where migrant laborers are reside in the constantly neglect to hold fast to the ILO's declaration on fundamental principles and right to work. Another challenge is no systematic mechanism. There is no functioning authority in India which keeps track of job opportunities and about the educational opportunities of people who are out of India. The government of India should have a mechanism to keep watch over the private companies who are recruiting Indian workers. As a result, there are many cases in which they are misleading or companies fail to keep their promises. There is no data of migrant workers traveling abroad on ECNR passports. Another biggest threat is mushrooming unscrupulous recruitment agents. These illegal agents are recruiting both ECR and ECNR categories by placing advertisement in several Indian newspapers, social media, and online portals. They are deploying the immigrants on visit visa by promising that this will be converted into employment visa once they reach destination country. But unfortunately, they are getting cheated by the agents and not keeping the promises. I request our government to ensure migrant workers have adequate living condition and make sure everyone is fairly paid, and ensure people should get health care and sick pay. Also to ensure access to information in detail. India needs to formulate migration-centric policies, strategies, institutional mechanism in order to ensure inclusive growth and development to reduce distress-induced migration, thereby increasing India's prospects for poverty reduction and achieving the sustainable development goals. The government should maintain accurate data and a record of the migrant workers work in different countries to keep check on them in case they overstay illegally in the destination countries. Protector of immigrants should be posted at the embassies and the consulate of GCC countries. Unfortunately, our POE is based in India, and no POE representative are based in the embassies and consulates. A special cell to be open to address all the issues related to the migrant workers and enough staff to be posted in all the Indian mission abroad to completely focus migrants' safety and security, as well as to quickly solve grievance of migrants. I hope our government will take necessary steps to solve these problems for the low-waged migrants issues. Precaution is better than a cure. I am sure that radio will grow as the biggest NGO of the country in near future by extending the helping hands to citizens of India who live across the globe. I conclude my speech here and I thank you all. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Jalil. It was lovely having you here.